Prince of Broadway. This is a movie by Sean Baker, and at least for me, this is the last one I will be watching for him. I don't know the order you're going to get these videos in. I kind of just make them as I feel like it. But this is the last one this is the only movie of his I have not seen yet, with the exception of Four Letter Word, because that movie is impossible to find. It is not available anywhere. I do not know where to find it. I can't even find the DVD available. Please, someone re-release this movie. I need it to complete my collection here. Also, Anora. I haven't watched Anora yet, but it's not in theaters anymore, and it's coming to the Criterion Collection in April. I'll watch it then, but for right now, I'm pretty much caught up with all of his movies. That's really the only one I'm missing. But also, I'm watching the DVD copy here because that's what's available right now. The reason this is the last one I'm watching is because I was going to wait for the 4K release, or the Blu-ray release. I don't know if it's getting a 4K. I was going to wait for the Criterion release of this movie. But that's not till April, and in April I'm going to have to watch Nora, which, fine. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. I've heard nothing but great things, and again, it's Sean Baker. I've loved pretty much all of his movies. I have zero issues with most of them. I'm looking forward to watching Anora, but I didn't want to wait any longer to watch this. I really just wanted to watch it. But I will be picking up the Criterion release when it does come out in April. It's releasing the same day as Anora. I believe it's on the 29th of April. And I'd recommend you picking it up as well. Obviously, me recommending you pick it up. It's a good movie. I actually really like this movie. But it is also my least favorite Sean Baker movie that I've watched. It's an interesting story, right? Starring Prince Adu as Lucky, he's selling stolen or false merchandise in New York for a cheap price to mostly tourists around the city, and an ex-girlfriend of his just drops her kid off with him, and with no explanation. This child is about a year old, and he did not know about the child. She did not tell him prior to this, and she just leaves him with no other information, no name, no records, nothing. He's just here. And he doesn't even know if it's his kid. There's no real evidence of it being his kid. It's just, here's a child, he's yours, and she runs away. And then he gets his ass kicked by her current boyfriend, which was, kind of funny, because he's, trying to chase her down, take your kid back, what are you doing? This isn't my kid. And then the boyfriend just, smacks the shit out of him. It's pretty funny. But he ends up taking care of the kid. Because what are you going to do, right? The lady just left her kid with you. You can't just abandon the child. I think through that, you see, he is a pretty good man. Obviously, he's flawed. That's kind of the point of most Sean Baker movies, is the main cast, or the main character is usually a good person, but a flawed one. And in this case, he is a flawed person, and that's okay. He doesn't really want to take care of the kid. He doesn't even seem to like the kid very much, but also, how would you feel if someone just came and dropped the kid at your step and was like, I'm leaving, bye, no other information. When are you coming back? I don't know. I'll come back when I feel like it. And she never does come back. She never comes back to care about this kid. She just abandoned the child. And we do see her later in the movie, and he does run into her occasionally, but it never works out in any kind of positive way. And eventually does get a paternity test, and the kid is his, which, that's, at least he's taking care of his kid, and not some stranger's kid. But he decides to keep the kid. And he makes it very clear that if this is my child, and this is what you did, you're never going to see him again. And she never does, as far as the movie's concerned. She doesn't see this child ever again. He takes his kid, and he goes, and he's raising him, and he's trying, and he has a girlfriend who's helping, and that's, good. She's obviously frustrated and not happy with the situation, but again, who would be? But it's nice, that it's the emotions and the bonding between Lucky and Prince. Prince is the child's name, which is kind of funny because the actor is named Prince as well, but whatever. The bonding is really what makes this movie so good, like most Sean Baker movies. And I've recorded a couple of his movies in the videos, but I don't know when they're going to release or what's going to release first. But I say this a lot. In his movies, it's really hard to just give you a plot summary and expect you to know if it's going to be a good movie or not, because so much of it is rooted in the emotions in the way it's told. Me telling you the plot isn't going to sell you on this movie, and I think that's why some of his movies do struggle to catch a a larger audience. Obviously, Anora is, blown up as to be like a Academy Award nominee or whatever, and the Florida Project had Willem Dafoe in it, so like, of course that got some attention. But a lot of his movies seem to struggle to get major attention because they usually have a bunch of no-name actors that most people have never heard of, and they're kind of weird and they're hard to explain because the premise is really simple, but the heart of the movie is what actually sells you on it. And this is no different. I highly recommend this movie. I will say, wait till April. Just pick up the Criterion release. One, because we want to see more of his movies released in the Criterion collection. I would love to see, like, Tangerine get a Criterion release. I have the Blu-ray. It's back here as well. But it's not, like, a great release. It's kind of just okay. So I'd love to see, like, better qualities and, like, 4Ks of some of these movies. That'd be wonderful. But also, because the DVD's kind of The DVD's not, like, a great release. It's a Flatiron DVD. If you are familiar with any of, like, their anime stuff and some of their foreign films, these are like mid-quality at best, and it's older. It's like a 2008 movie, so it's not a great release. I would recommend just waiting for the Criterion release. It's definitely deserving of that nice quality and to some extent more prestigious release. It will be worth picking it up, I think. With that in mind, it's a really good movie. But again, it is the kind of movie where you just have to watch it. If you like Sean Baker movies, it's another good one. The man doesn't miss. He never does. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.